woke up tomorrow about to restart my freshman year of high school. Knowing everything I know now, my high school experience would look way different. It's full of the good experiences, it's full of the bad experiences. It's just a lot. This is not your basic get good grades, study hard type video. This is a literal blueprint. This is a literal blueprint guide to high school. I'm about to start my second year of college, so I've been through high school. I've made my mistakes, lots of time wasted on unnecessary stress. So I'm giving you guys a cheat code and things I wish someone told me while I was in high school. Whether you're a freshman or a senior, you'll be thanking me later. In today's video, I'll be talking about social life, academics, and future, aka stuff that actually matters. So grab a notebook, grab your popcorn, subscribe while you're at it, like this video to have a good high school experience. This first piece of advice definitely applies more towards your early years, but it's never too late. You can do this as a senior too, and that is to join as many clubs, as many sports as possible. That is definitely one of my biggest regrets, is not joining more sports or anything like that. I didn't join a sport until my senior year of high school, and you don't even have to be like super pro, because a lot of these sports will take beginners, whether it be a sport, whether it be a club. All these people have something in common with you, so it's like super easy to bond. I'm not a sports girly. I was actually the worst on the team. It doesn't matter because everyone on the team was like hyping me up, supporting me, even though I obviously wasn't great at all. Next is something that I wish people did more of that I didn't really learn until maybe my senior year, maybe after. Talk to people like you already know them. And that's hard to say because, you know, there's always people that are gonna be like, I can't do that, I'm super shy, blah, blah, blah. But you have to remember these people are also shy. These people are experiencing the same exact anxiety that you're feeling. So why not be the person to initiate and open up? And there's gonna be some people that you'll meet and encounter that are gonna be like just kind of iffy and kind of like, but there's also gonna be some people that once you open up, they'll start to open up, and that's when you really start to make those friendships. If you're like, oh my god, like no one wants to talk to me, no one around me is talking to me, then you're victimizing yourself, unless you've already tried it and you've already tried talking to people. But if you haven't and you're literally just staying shy and quiet and super reserved into yourself and you're like, no one wants to talk to me, this next one applies to mainly upperclassmen, and that is to go to parties. If you're not a party person, okay, that's fine. But I think everyone should experience at least one party in their life, because at these parties, you'll meet so many people from different schools, from different like social groups than you. But of course, if you're gonna go to a party, be safe. Don't go by yourself, go with people you know and people that you trust, not just anybody, because you never know what can happen at these parties. For me, I only ever went to one high school party, and that was the last day of senior year. I'm going to say that parties aren't the best thing in the entire earth, but that was only because I wasn't really close with many people there. But if I had gone to more parties, I definitely would have known a lot more people, and I feel like I would have had a way better experience. In the party, I was just kind of like, hey. If you don't want to, that's okay, but I'm just saying, if you're thinking about it, go for it. This next thing, I wouldn't say I was known for it, but if someone were to be known for it, my social circle at least, it might be me. No, it would probably be me. Don't be afraid of dropping people. And that sounds really bad. It does sound bad now that I think about it. Like, oh, drop people. Like, that's not what I'm saying. That's not what I'm saying. If someone is depleting your energy, tearing you down, and they're really just draining you a lot, don't let these people in your life. Throughout high school, I definitely dropped a good amount of people. Not even dropped, just like I stopped talking to a decent amount of people. And if I could go back, would I go about dropping them the way that I did? Absolutely not. I feel like I always had the sense of, I know what's best for me, and I know that this relationship, this friendship is not what's best for me. Of course, you're gonna have your ups and downs and your disagreements. That's totally okay. And these people should not be yes men either, in a sense where it's like they're letting you make bad decisions and they're just like, yes, do it, do it. You want to keep people in your life, especially in high school, who make your life better. You know, you can rely on. Will tell you when you're in the wrong, who will tell you when you're in the right. The point is, don't let these people deplete your energy. If someone is not bringing you up in life, why would you have them in your life? You don't even have to drop them. Just distance yourself, give yourself space from them, and you will find your people. I promise you, you will find your people. But that's why it's important to start branching out and making those other connections. That way you always have people to rely on and go to, no matter what. I would say if you are going to drop people or stop talking to people, just don't make it like a whole big dramatic thing. That is one thing I guess I kind of did, kind of like, okay, I'm gonna drop it, but then I feel like it always turned into something a little bit bigger than I intended it to, and that is something I will always regret. Even with the words I chose to say, I always feel really guilty about when I think about. I didn't know any better, and that's okay. Try your best to not let drama arise from it. Don't be talking about it after. Just if something happens, it happens. Let it go, let it be. Also, don't be that person who's going around talking about everybody and everyone and telling everyone's business, because then you won't make any friends. In my personal opinion, and obviously it's different for everyone, freshman and senior year were my easiest years. Definitely sophomore and junior year were my hardest years. Sophomore year, I think I struggled a lot. From freshman year going to having like almost no homework and the easiest classes ever and everything is so sunshine and rainbows, to having all of a sudden hours of homework a day and all these different stuff and all these different worries, and it's like, oh my god. Especially the first semester sophomore year, I struggled. I did not have great grades. I had like C's, maybe B's. In my head, I was like, this is the end. I'm gonna fail in life and everything is gonna die and I'm just gonna end up homeless on the street and I'm not gonna get into college. And then I feel like junior year only got 20 times harder in terms of workload and just the stressing of I have to have good grades because then I'm not gonna get into college. And then that pipeline, there will be a lot of stress. There will, and I'm not gonna lie to you. There will be times where you're like, can I do this? Just know that you can do this. Whether it be school stress, or friend group stress, or relationship stress. Just think about it in the sense of, will this really matter to me in 5 years, or in a year? Will I still be stressing about this a year from now? And I feel like that really helped me a lot. I got to look at it from an outside perspective and calm myself down, and I was like, okay, it's not actually that serious. Yes, it's serious now, because this is the biggest thing going on in my life. In a few years when I'm outside of high school or even over break, I will not be remembering what I'm stressing about. Those like stressors don't affect me in any way now. I don't think about them ever. So although yes, getting into a good college or all these different things is important and they do matter, don't let the stressors overrun your life. My junior year, I was so stressed and so school focused. I barely went out with my friends. Junior year, my friends talk about a lot. They're like, oh my god, it was such a good time. We did this and we did that. And I wasn't there for 99% of it because I was so in my own head worrying about school, and I regret that so much now. I used to have panic attacks like every week at school because of school, but looking back now, it was never that serious. So just make sure you're enjoying the time you have with your friends or the time you have being a high school teenager, and those are the moments that you will be looking back on. And you also want to be making sure you're keeping a good relationship with your teachers. Don't treat them any less than you would your parents. They really do work a lot. Even if you're like, oh my god, they take my phone, like they're so annoying. Boy, they're doing that for a reason. Senior year, if you do end up applying to colleges, some colleges will recommend or require a letter of recommendation. So having those really good relationships with your teachers is really important, because it's like you can come back and be like, hey, you want to write me a letter of recommendation? Also, you should be keeping in mind that having bad grades does not equal not getting into good colleges. The grades is just like a percentage of actually getting into colleges. It is also your letter of recommendations and your essays and your experiences and all these different things really do play a role. So just because you don't have a perfect 4.0 GPA does not mean that you will not get into one of your dream colleges. I had a couple older people in my life tell me, oh my god, you're gonna miss high school and high school is like the best time ever and you're gonna miss it and all these different things. Lies. You will only really miss high school if you peaked in high school. The only thing I really miss about high school is being able to be with, or not even be with my friends every day, but just see them and have like a better social life. Because now that I'm in college, I see my friends once a month at best. And although it is kind of sad, it is, you know, just life gets the best of you. What they say about not talking to most of your friends in high school, after high school, is that's true. I barely talk to anyone from high school now. Just my super close friend group that I was with. Actually, a girl from high school just reached out to me the other day, and it was so nice talking to her. It's been over a year since I've spoken to her, so it was really nice talking to her, but it just puts everything into perspective where it's like, you're not gonna talk to anyone. Like, they literally were not lying. But overall, I would say if you do choose to go to college, or even if you don't, life after high school is just so freeing. High school is like, you know, you're 5 days a week and you're at school for 8 hours a day and you have to wake up so super early and you have to look super perfect, because if you don't look perfect, people all day are gonna be like, oh, you look so tired. But in college, it's like you'll have a few classes a week, maybe you'll have some online classes. Something you should really keep in mind is life after high school, because high school, like I said, it's so confining. But once those 4 years are up, you're free. In middle school, high school, you know, it was kind of like, but now it's just very like, I see my future and all these different things, and it's like I would have just never expected any of this. If you're completely unsure like about what you want to do after high school, my recommendation is to Hobby Max. Like if you think you might be interested in film, then you can join a film club, or maybe just start making movies off your phone. If you're like, maybe coding sounds interesting, you can take a class in coding. What got me into social media is, you know, I would post my little TikToks or whatever, and then I started doing UGC, and that's what really led me down that path. Since I was 8, I had my dad make me a Gmail account just so I could start posting YouTube videos and my little LPS videos. And then high school, I started making like TikToks and stuff like that, and now I'm starting to go back into YouTube. I love editing, I love yapping. Learning like a little bit more about social media and getting into it is really what got me into the world of communications and doing social media for brands and working on branding and all that different stuff. Point is, if I was too scared to branch out and I never started posting my TikToks or never said yes to the UGC that I do now, I would have never known about this whole world in a sense. So hobby maxing, key. So don't be afraid to branch out and try different things. You're still young, you have so much time, Even if you're about to graduate and you're like, I don't know what I want to do, it's okay. You have so much time. High school goes by so fast, a little too fast. Even though in the moment it feels like eternity, once it does end, you're gonna be like, what? Lots of mistakes will be made, but also lots of lessons will be learned. I'm gonna fix this, it's ugly. But that truly is the high school experience. The high school experience is about learning and self-growth and self-exploration. You'll make friends, you'll lose friends. People will change, you'll change. The person you come into high school being as a freshman is a completely different person from the person you will be as a senior. All the bad things that happen that you're stressing about and struggling with, just know that it truly is teaching you something. It's not there to just be like, hey, it's truly there to be like, wake up call, you're learning this lesson, now you know for future reference. Like I said, it's all part of the experience. If you're already in high school, what is one piece of advice you wish you knew going into high school, or just that you wish you had at some point throughout high school? Please subscribe if you like this video. I did originally film this video at the park, except I took my dog and he was growling and it was super windy, so I had to refilm this. I'm filming this the day before I'm supposed to upload it, so hopefully I get it done. Like the video if you liked it, to let me know that you truly like this content. Let me know what advice content or what other content you like to see from me. Thank you guys so much for watching. Have a beautiful and blessed day.